So when you're working in Power Automate, generally speaking, you will set up a flow that reacts to some sort of action. And I've set one up, and let's have a look at it. That when a response is received from a form, it goes through a series of steps to get the details, and then eventually it turns on a lamp. Here's the lamp. Now let's test that. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so I expect in a second this light will so it works. Now, but the thing is, with your Power Automate flows, they work off an individual trigger. I can't add another trigger to this to say also switch that lamp on when an email is received. And I had an example from finance where they wanted to trigger a flow so that when an email is received to a shared mailbox, it goes through a series of steps. But they had to monitor multiple different mailboxes. One way that you can do that is you can create multiple different flows, but all that you're going to end up having there is the trigger will change at the top, but everything that happens later will be the same. That makes it quite difficult to maintain. So if I wanted to change the steps that happen within that flow, I would have to go in and edit every single one. What you can do is a thing called parent and child flows. And what that is you would set up a parent flow, which does the monitoring, and then a child flow, which does all the steps that happen after a flow has been triggered. It's a way of kind of compartmentalizing your flows, and it will make the stuff that you're doing more effective. But let's talk. Let's do a demo. I'll show you how to do that. Like I say, it's a powerful thing to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save a copy of this flow that I've already written, and I will call this trigger 1. Trigger 1. Okay, here we go. And let's just simplify it a bit for the point of this demo. Delete, 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 delete. Okay, so that's trigger 1. When a response is submitted, do something. And I'm going to change this. In fact, let's rename this as child. Okay. So what we're going to do here is to change the trigger on this. And we'll just set this to, at the moment, we'll set this to be manually triggered. So I'll delete this. And I'll add a manual trigger. Manual. There we go. So that's my child. And I'll save it. And then I'm going to set up a parent flow, so the thing that would trigger this flow. So to do that, I'm just going to go automated cloud flow, and I'll do it so when an email is received, when an email arrives, create. And I'll click plus, and I'll type in child, and I'm looking for child flow. Here we go. I'll then select my child flow from the list. And that's it. That is your lot. So I could do a version of this that when an email is received from one mailbox, it runs that child flow, which is the one that switches the light on. I could do another copy of this that is when a form is received, run that child flow. Essentially, it can have multiple different triggers that then set off one set of events. How long did that take? 10 minutes. 10 minutes and you've simplified Power Automate. Good luck with it.